Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. My name is George Coles and on this episode we're walking in Memphis. Topic of this Walking in Memphis, USWA Wrestling from October 6, 1990. Now I do want to apologize that this is coming out a little bit late. All last week I had a pretty bad cold. I tried to power through it. Unfortunately, over WrestleMania weekend I lost my voice a bit and you can probably still hear it a little here. And if you go back to some of those videos I released over the weekend, you could definitely hear it on those. So this is coming a little bit late in the week. That being said, if you want to watch the video I reviewed for this, it'll be down here in the description. If you haven't seen my videos before, I grade everything on a 1 to 5 scale, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Let's jump right into it. First off, we get Eddie Marley coming out announcing that there'll be a tournament for the Southern Heavyweight Championship. That leads us right into a match with Ken Raper, Mad Dog, and Keith Haynes going up against Downtown Bruno, Brian Lee, and Don Harris. Kind of cool seeing Downtown Bruno in a match here, and the idea was that his guys were so good they could carry him to a win. This was a pretty fun match. Bruno, Lee, and Harris pick up the win. During the match, Jeff Gaylord and Jeff Jarrett came out and took their tag titles back, which were stolen from them by Lee and Harris. Some pretty cool little angle there. That led us right into Downtown Bruno going over and doing a promo at the announce table. And then that was followed up with a hype video for Steve Kern's return. I would have loved to know what song they played here, because they muted it for, I guess, monetization reasons on YouTube. All in all, that segment, I'm giving that a 3. I thought it was pretty good. And I forgot to mention in the beginning, if you're new to this, I do rate everything segment to segment from basically commercial break to commercial break. Next up, we have a local promo with Jeff Jarrett and Bill Dundee. That leads us right into an in-studio promo with Brickhouse Brown. He's talking about feuding with the Dirty White Boy. Dirty White Boy comes out. They don't really interact with each other. That leads us into a match with Brickhouse Brown versus Nebula. Brickhouse picks up the win on this. Dirty White Boy is kind of milling about around the ringside area. For this segment, I'm going to give this a 3 again. I thought it was good. Not great. Next up, we have a match with Joey Maggs going up against Nightmare Danny Davis. This is a pretty good match. Danny Davis picks up the win here. During the match, Bill Dundee was on commentary talking favorably about Danny Davis. Afterwards, Danny Davis goes to the announce table, calls over Joey Maggs, and basically says, if you want someone to have your back, I got your back. I could be your mentor. Which that brings out Doug Gilbert, who's there with Sam Baslove, and Doug Gilbert says, hey, I was a nightmare with you too. What happened with us? How come we broke up? That eventually leads to Eddie Gilbert coming out as well. All in all, a pretty good segment, in my opinion, the best one of the show so far. I'm giving this one a 4. That's followed by Tojo Yamamoto having an at-desk interview. He brings out his newest wrestler, the Samurai, and I forget who exactly the Samurai was. If you know by this picture or you just know because you used to watch this, let me know down here in the comments. Tojo gets a little bit upset because he doesn't have a match right away. We go into a match. It's Lou Fabiano versus Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett makes quick work of Fabiano, picks up the win here. Afterwards, him and Jeff Gaylord do a little bit of a promo. For that whole segment, again, I'm giving that a 4. I thought it was pretty good. That's followed up with a promo for both of the Gilberts, Eddie and Doug. I love Eddie Gilbert as a promo guy, so this was awesome as well. That leads us into probably our most marquee match of the show, Bill Dundee versus the Dirty White Boy. Dundee picks up the win when eventually the Gilberts come out and they help attack Dundee. Basically, they get the upper hand. Brickhouse Brown comes out. They get the upper hand on him, and they sit him in a chair, and the Dirty White Girl starts applying makeup to the Brickhouse Brown's face. Something that would never fly today, trying to make him look like a girl, but it is classic territory wrestling stuff. For that whole segment, I'm giving that a 5. I thought it was pretty good. Last but not least, we have a match with the Samurai versus TD Steel. Samurai makes quick work of TD Steel. I don't know why he didn't finish with Dundee versus Dirty White Boy in the angle afterwards, but maybe they were just honestly mistimed it. For that last match, I'm giving it a 3. All in all, a pretty good quality show. A lot to like here. The Dundee and Dirty White Boy match I really enjoyed. All the segments with the Gilberts I like. Downtown Bruno on the microphone. Getting to see a young Jeff Jarrett. This was all pretty good stuff. Overall, I'm going to give the show a 4. I thought it was highly entertaining. Now, I do want to mention, I put this on my page last week, and I haven't really talked about it, but I have activated memberships. If you see there's a button right here that says join, if you click that, you can become a member. There is a part of it that is a payment thing. Now with that, what you're going to get shout outs and videos. You're going to get early videos before everybody else does. You'll get them first. As of right now, I haven't fully fleshed out which videos. Probably it came from the network stuff. Anything live, like a live pay-per-view reaction, is going to be released to everybody at the same time. Or not necessarily live, but as close to live as possible. In other words, I try to get them out within a day. You're going to have access to help vote for which shows I'm going to review. Preferential treatment on your comments on my videos. Special emojis. All that fun stuff. If you feel so inclined, click the join button. If not, I understand. Money can be tight for everybody. While you're there, smash that like button, share the video, and if you haven't, subscribe. If you made it all the way to the end, let me know you made it here. Throw a Steve Kern or a Skinner up in the comments if you made it to the end. With all that being said, my name is George Coles, and we've been walking in Memphis.